Psionic Magic. This is the fusion of mysticism and mental power, a form of magic that taps directly into the mind's raw potential. Unlike traditional spellcasting that uses chants, tools, or rituals, psionic magic operates through pure willpower, concentration, and inner control. It's the realm of telepathy, telekinesis, clairvoyance, and mind shields, the superpowers of the magical world. The word psionics comes from psi, the Greek letter used to denote psychic phenomena. Psionic practitioners believe that the mind is the ultimate magical tool. Instead of drawing energy from nature, spirits, or symbols, they channel magic from within, like a mental beam piercing through reality. In fiction, you'll see this in characters who can move objects without touching them, communicate mind to mind, or even crush enemies with a thought. But in occult practice, psionic magic is subtler. It might involve mental projection, astral scanning, remote influence, or constructing psychic defenses. Some chaos magicians, energy workers, and modern mystics experiment with psionic techniques, meditating deeply, visualizing energy constructs, or using tools like radionics machines and psychic sigils. It blurs the line between science fiction and spirituality, often linked to New Age, cyber magic, and experimental occult systems. Enchantment. This is a form of magic that involves imbuing an object, person, or place with magical properties. At its core, it's about transforming something ordinary into something extraordinary by charging it with intention, emotion, or power. An enchanted item becomes more than what it appears. A ring might grant protection, a charm might attract love, or a sword might carry a will of its own. Unlike spells that fade quickly, enchantments are often long, designed to hold magic over time. This practice appears across nearly every magical tradition, from fairy tales to ceremonial magic. Enchanters often use rituals, spoken words, symbols, or energy transfer to bind a spell into a physical form. It can be as simple as whispering a wish into a necklace, or as complex as a multi-day consecration ritual. Enchantment is also psychological. It affects not just the object, but how people perceive and interact with it. Curse or hex magic. This is the deliberate act of directing harmful, disruptive, or binding energy toward a target, often as a form of punishment, justice, or defense. Unlike general baneful magic, curses and hexes are specific, targeted workings meant to produce misfortune, illness, confusion, or spiritual unrest in someone's life. They are often rooted in emotional intensity, anger, betrayal, protection, or vengeance, and are crafted with the intention of creating a lasting effect unless broken or lifted. Practitioners may use personal links, like hair, names, photographs, or belongings to anchor the spell, and often employ symbolic tools like dolls, pins, dark candles, or cursed objects. The energy can be subtle and slow-burning or immediate and chaotic, depending on the method and purpose. In many traditions, curses are seen as morally complex, not inherently evil, but powerful and serious, with consequences for both the sender and receiver. Some magicians view them as tools of justice when all else fails, while others avoid them altogether due to the potential for energetic backlash or karmic debt. Threshold magic. This is the practice of harnessing the power of liminal spaces, the points of transition between two states or worlds. These include physical places like doorways, windows, and crossroads, as well as temporal moments like dusk, dawn, or the instant between waking and sleeping. Magicians believe these in-between zones are spiritually charged, offering a unique opportunity to access hidden realms, perform powerful transformation spells, or create protection barriers. Thresholds are seen as moments where reality is more fluid and the veil between dimensions becomes thin. Rituals might involve placing sigils at entrances, casting spells during twilight, or speaking intentions while crossing a boundary. In folklore, thresholds were feared and revered, often marked, guarded, or blessed, because they symbolize change, initiation, and the unknown. Threshold magic embraces that symbolism, using the edge of things to create real magical change. Echo magic. This is a subtle and mysterious form of magic that operates on the principle of resonance and return. Instead of working instantly, this type of magic is designed to linger, bounce back, or activate later, like an echo in a canyon. A spell might be cast with specific words, sounds, or emotional frequencies that only trigger when those conditions are repeated. Practitioners use echo magic to create delayed effects, protective rebounds, or memory-synculated enchantments that feel almost sentient, as if the spell itself is waiting for a cue. This magic is deeply connected to sound, time, and vibration, and often uses tools like whispered incantations, acoustic chambers, or even written words charged to respond upon being read aloud. It can be used to implant magical responses into spaces, objects, or even people, creating spells that replay under the right circumstances. Dreamweaving. This is the magical practice of entering and shaping dreams with conscious intent. It views the dream world not as a passive experience, but as a living realm where thought, symbol, and spirit interact freely. A dreamweaver learns to become aware within dreams, often through lucid dreaming or trance, and uses that awareness to explore hidden truths, send messages, heal emotional wounds, or connect with other beings across planes. In this space, reality is flexible, and intention becomes form. Traditionally used by shamans, mystics, and occultists, dream weaving bridges the conscious and subconscious mind. Tools like mugwort, sigils, mantras, and dream journaling are often used to enhance control and recall. What sets dream weaving apart is that it's not just about interpretation, it's about active creation within the dream, treating sleep as sacred ground for transformation. Music magic is the use of sound, rhythm, and melody as a direct channel of magical power. Unlike spells cast with words alone, music magic engages the body, mind, and spirit through vibration, using tones, harmonies, and beats to shift energy, summon forces, or enter altered states. Practitioners believe that sound is not just an expression of magic, but a language that reality responds to. A chant can raise power, a drumbeat can open a trance, and a melody can influence emotion, memory, or even the spirit world. This form of magic appears in countless traditions, from ancient shamanic drumming and Sufi whirling chants to Gregorian hymns and modern sonic rituals. Instruments themselves are often enchanted, and certain frequencies are believed to open portals or cleanse spaces. Music magic can be used to heal, to curse, to protect, or to enchant, depending on the intent woven into the sound. At its essence, music magic taps into the fundamental truth that everything vibrates, and those who control sound, in a way, tune the strings of the universe. Witchcraft. This is a broad and ancient form of magic, rooted in earth-based practices, intuition, and the manipulation of natural forces. It is one of the most enduring and diverse magical traditions, practiced across cultures and centuries under many names. At its heart, witchcraft involves working with herbs, symbols, the moon, the elements, and spirits, often to bring about healing, protection, transformation, or justice. It values personal power, ritual, and a deep relationship with both the seen and unseen worlds. Witches may cast spells, craft charms, read omens, or call upon deities and ancestors in their work. The tools can be simple: a candle, a whispered word, a jar of salt, yet carry deep symbolic power. While some witches follow structured paths like Wicca, many are eclectic or hereditary, drawing on folk wisdom passed down through generations. Witchcraft isn't just about results, it's a way of seeing the world as alive with meaning, energy, and hidden influence.